So what if one day you received a letter in the mail from the government stating that the laws have changed and that for any facial hair you decide to grow past a certain length, they can tax you on it? Well, if I got this notice in the mail, you better believe I'd be outraged to know that I would have to pay to grow something that comes from my own body that I can't even control other than cutting it off. Well, this happened more than once in history. On September 5th, Peter I of Russia imposed a tax on beards in an effort to move his people away from archaic customs. This was an effort by him to move to a more westernized civilization. On his return from a grand tour of Western Europe, the nobles had gathered for a grand reception, suspicious that several things were to come. After embracing them, he took out a pair of scissors and started to cut off their beards. To some, this was an outrage, and many saw him as one who betrayed the traditions of the country, as many had grown to love the long flowing beards that they have grown, as it shows a sense of manliness. Now, if anyone wanted to wear a beard, they would have to pay a small fortune annually or either shave it off. Well, after his demise, his successors would keep many of the customs brought around during his rule as Tsar, but this law about taxing beards would be completely abolished in 1772. Like I mentioned, it didn't only happen once. Well, this happened actually earlier in England under King Henry's rule, so be careful, because I've always been under the impression that history repeats itself, because you know there might be a tax one day on the clothing that we wear, or for that matter, how long we wear our hair. I want to thank you for sticking around with me through this episode. Check out the social media sites that we have, and we'll see you next time, guys.